my new kind of man hideout. This is my new garage at our new house. If you haven't noticed, I have not been around all that much the last few months. There's good reasons for that. Number one, work is crazy busy. Number two, wife and I have been overseeing the final stages of our home construction. So we have moved. We're no longer in Seattle proper. We've moved a little bit north, gotten out of King County, Seattle area, out of the just the crowds, the masses of traffic, the high taxes, all that. Got a little bit more rural, a little bit more north. So we're able to expand, get into a bigger place, more space, lower taxes, all the good things that we want. So that all being said, just addressing a few things that I've seen in comments, questions, etc. I will be getting to some updates on some long-term stuff. Primarily one I get asked about a lot is an update for the Zastava NPAP underfolder AK. I get a lot of questions about that, so I will be doing a follow-up on that. I have just not shot it a lot. I've been doing other things, like I said, between work, home construction the last 7 or 8 months, 7 to 9 months actually, moving, unpacking. I've just now gotten most of my firearms out of storage and back into the house, so we're slowly coming along. On top of that, I promised my wife I wouldn't buy any new firearms during the move process and everything like that, just to kind of conserve as much of the monetary resources as possible for things you never know what's going to pop up, things we might need, whatever. So basically I said, all right, I promise I won't buy any new guns for the next 6 or 7 months until we've moved. But I didn't say I wouldn't buy gun parts. So kind of here and there, every month or two, I would spend some money, go online and order bits and pieces to put together an AR pistol. So that's what I wanted to talk about real quick here. And because I finally got it all pieced together and I just have to get out and do some test firing and shooting. So I wanted to do a 300 blackout. And I've been thinking about it for a while, did a little bit of research, and finally did it. So this is very literally finished as of today. The charging handle and the optic showed up in the mail today, so I was able to put them on, and it's now basically a complete rifle. The only thing I got to figure out is some real low pro backup sights and some kind of a flashlight, because primarily this will be a home defense rifle, or pistol I should say. The primary use being subsonic and suppressed. So I've got to do a little bit of research on suppressors, figure out what I'd like, how short, how long, how heavy. I don't know much about them. I've never owned a suppressed weapon before, so I've got to do a little bit more research, see what is out there. But this has been a little bit of a side project while we've been doing the move and packing and unpacking and all that. I was able to kind of hide bits and pieces in the mail and have things shipped to my office. So I was able to get all the bits and pieces, and once we moved and I was able to kind of set up my workbench and have a little bit of free time to myself and getting my garage organized, I was able to piece this together over the last few days. So what we're looking at, it is a Aero Precision lower, Aero Precision upper. It's a Aero Precision forward handguard. It is an Aero Precision 8-inch barrel. This is I'm trying to remember what the flash can is. It's a GunTech flash can. It is empty, so I don't want to hear any of you check your magazine Nazis say anything. The trigger pack is a BCM coated or polished. I can't remember what it is, but it's a nice smooth trigger. But that's BCM. The grip is a BCM Gunfighter grip. It's a KAK or a CAC Industries tube and the brace. I believe it's what do they call this thing? I can't remember now. Anyway, who cares? It's a brace. Let's see. Beyond that, what else? Vortex Crossfire optic. Let's see, the charging handle is a Radian Raptor. And the cool thing about that, or the reason I went with it, let me pull this out, is, and the bolt and carrier, that's a Spikes Tactical nickel boron coated. The whole purpose of this was that if you see, it's got some porting and some directional channels. So the idea is when you're running this weapon suppressed, supposedly this will redirect the gases forward and up into the upper as opposed to back and into your face. Cool concept. Not sure if it'll work, but we will find out, and I will report on that because the whole point of this rifle is to be a suppressed rifle. So it has not even been fired. Like I said, it is now in its complete stage, about 2 hours old. So I'm excited to get out and shoot this. I'm excited to get out and shoot a Steyr C9A1 9mm that I purchased right around the beginning of the year. I haven't even shot that yet. Like I said, I bought it and then we started getting into heavy move, so everything just kind of went into storage and got put on the side burner. But this I'm very excited about. And I'm an AK guy. I love AKs. I mean, you can see things that hang in the back of the Ishmash shirt. I love AKs. But the 300 Blackout round has me very excited just because of the vast choices in rounds. That was the other thing I forgot to do when I ordered some bits and pieces. I forgot to order ammo. And finally, yesterday in the mail, I just ordered some, kind of a hodgepodge of stuff. This is some PPU 125 grain. I ordered some of that. We got some Hornady VMAX 110 grain, so it's some fast moving stuff. And then I got a bunch of this, the Cellar & Bellet Subsonic. What is the grain on this? 200 grain. 200 grain Subsonic FMJ. That I'm real excited about because, like I said, I want it to function well right out of the box because the primary use is for subsonic rounds. Hit me up in the comments section. Let me know, any of you guys who are watching this who are 300 Blackout experts or you know a little bit about this. My plan was to sight it in at 50 yards using the fast-moving, this 110 grain VMAX, this fast-moving stuff. I was going to sight it at 50, with the primary use being for the heavier 200 grain subsonic, which would be, I would imagine, from 50 yards in. You know, home defense, your yard, your property, whatever it is. 50 yards is about, really, I could see as far as you really need to get. But if you always wanted to, if you had a spare mag loaded up with your VMAX or whatever it is, you could slam it on in and all you'd have to do is out to 100 yards plus. All you'd have to do is just, hold a little higher or lower depending what you're doing. So let me know in the comments on that. I'm curious, just because, like I said, this is a new round for me. I've been trying real hard to minimize my my rounds down to 9mm, 7.62, 39, 7.62, 51R for my Mosins, things like that, and 9x18 for my Makarov collection. And then 5.56, of course, for my other AR rifles. But I could not pass up the opportunity to put together a 300. Just because, number one, I was curious. Number two, in light of all the recent events that have happened over the last 6 or 7 months with gun stuff, you kind of never know. I'm of the firm belief that things are always going to get scary and then things calm down and kind of get back into normal. But being on the West Coast and in the Western states, you never quite know what's going to go on. So I just figured, I better piece something together, do it now versus regretting it later and not being able to do it. So that all being said, so I'll be doing kind of a full shoot build, what I like, what I don't like. I'm excited about the optic. From everything I've read, this Vortex Crossfire for the money, it's supposed to be a real good optic, $150, and Vortex, they make good stuff. Everything I've ever used of theirs has been high quality, good stuff. So, like I said, I'm excited. If you have any comments for me to help me along the way, kind of take away some of the shrouds of mystery regarding 300 Blackout, I would greatly appreciate it because I am total virgin noob to this caliber. But I am excited. So that's kind of what's been going on. Other than that, like I said, the last month or so I've been going hardcore on my Alpha, trying to get it ready for summer. I've had a lot of things that I've put off on it that I now am getting around to. And I had put them off knowing we were moving, so I just was in no hurry to do them. But now that we're settled in and things are getting more normal, I'm doing that. Other than that, not much happening. I fully intend now with summer coming here to be out and about and getting more video shot, things like that. It's been kind of hectic the last 9 months to a year with property searches and home searches and all that, and then constructing a home. So it's been hectic. My time has been occupied by other things, but I'll put up content, and I know YouTube's got all these new rules, stuff like that, as far as guns and this and that. And honestly, I'm not going to go through all of it and read all the rules and all that. I'm just going to do what I'm going to do. I'm a very small fish in a very vast ocean of content. If they eventually come around to me and say, yeah, you can't do this, okay, fine, whatever, who cares? In the meantime, I'm not gonna muzzle myself and go through all the hurdles of all their legal jargon and shit that lawyers have written up and what people can and can't do. I don't think I'm doing anything. Everything I've heard, I'm not really doing anything as far as showing how to put anything together or showing how to manufacture illegal silencers or suppressors or whatever. So until they come along and say, hey, you did this and that was bad, until then, I'm not going to worry about it. So that all being said, thanks for checking in. I'm not dead. And before the comments come in, because I know there's those shitheads out there that love it, they always like to comment and go, Yeah, is my crutch word. I'm well aware of it. When I get caught up and I'm thinking, shooting from the hip, whatever, in my mind, I know what I want to say. Sometimes it doesn't flow out, and an comes out just to help me get things moving again. So I am aware of it. I'm sorry, I'm not a public speaker and a public spokesman for a living. So you know what? Too bad. Deal with it. So that all being said, thanks for checking in. I am alive. Hopefully a lot of good stuff coming as time allows and weather allows. Weather's finally starting to turn here in Seattle, so that's a good thing. And other than that, I'm going to check off for now because I want to get more stuff done on the Alpha and hopefully get it running today. So thanks for checking in. We'll see you guys later.